Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Life in Oman. So we are back again. I don't know, I got this thing about fishing now. and so I found out I'm learning a lot about fishing. Anyway, I'm back to farming maggots. Okay, so I've got this expanding, I'm gonna switch the camera around here. Got this expanding coconut coir, right? It's like a block like this, and you put it in water and it expands. So the thing with maggots is they like humidity, but very light dampness, but they don't like to be wet. So I've already put enough here, and I've mixed it enough to where it will become dry. It's slightly wet, it'll become dry. A couple of weeks ago, we went fishing. So I got a couple of sardines, and I'm throwing them in there. I'm going to leave this open. Today is the 9th, yeah? I'm going to leave it open, 9th of January. In my previous videos, what I used to do is I just let it breed 48 hours and I stop, right? Well, I wanted bigger maggots. So this time we're shooting for bigger maggots. Apparently you need to leave it for 7 days, right? So there we go. There we go. This is going to be our day one. Okay, so today I'm going to leave it open for several hours so the big flies can come in and start laying their eggs. All right, we are on our day 3. This is just loosely sitting here. Let's see what we have inside. Everything is covered. Let me see if I can find something. We need to stir so we can see what's underneath this fish. Okay. Whoa, fantastic. Can you see underneath the fish there? See the maggots? Ooh, they are so happy. Okay, I'm gonna put the fish back there. I'm gonna turn the fish around. Yeah, so you can stay underneath, guys. Eat there. So my medium is dry using coconut coir. It's not very dry, just wet enough. So this time I'm gonna keep it for 7 days. But it's a little bit chilly, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this here and putting in a place where there would not be much sun, and then taking this cover here and putting this over. So what this will do, this is 5-gallon bucket, 5-gallon bottle. It'll prevent the wind from going inside, but there will be enough oxygen going around in there. So we'll come back and look at it on day 4, which is, we'll leave it for 2 days, maybe day 5. We'll come on day 5. This time, we're going to leave it 7 days. We're going to watch them grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So they make a difference, because I would put them in the sea and they're so small, even some fish wouldn't attack them. But hopefully this time we'll get something. All right, we'll get them as big as we can get them, and then we'll take them out to the sea. Hey y'all, so we are on our day number 6 on the maggots. Let's check on them and see how they're doing. I think I'll stop them now. I will sieve them and put them in the fridge. But here's the thing. I took a few today for fishing. The fish don't even bite in the sea. So I assume the problem is they're not used to seeing white moving stuff. So I'm going to dye them now brown with coffee, and then I will try again tomorrow to see if the fish will react to them. All right, so let's take a look and see how they look right now. I've already tossed this thing one time and I forgot to make a video, but we will toss it again so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so okay, there's a piece of fish on the corner there, and there are the maggots. Okay, and let me just disturb them a little bit so you can see their size and beauty. There you go. So now let's look at it. And they're quite big now compared to before. You see that, how big they are? So I'm happy with them as far as their size is concerned. When you put it on a hook, it's very, very clear. You see how quickly they bury themselves in? That means this coir is not too wet. Okay, it's just damp enough for them to be able to get in. There's not a single one of them out now. That's a piece of fish. Let me just disturb them again a little bit so you can see them. There you go. Look at them. Look at how big these guys are. Oh, look at how quickly they dive in. So there's enough air, there's enough everything for them to move around. Cool thing is, even though there's a piece of fish in there, it doesn't stink. See, all of them have disappeared except this one here that's on the center of the screen. The rest of them are all gone. Zoom out a little bit of the bottle, and as you zoom in, there it goes, and it boop, it's just disappeared. There we go. So there's our maggot breeding for now. We're going to try them for fishing now. All right, so here we are. I needed to find something that I can't get in trouble with for sieving these guys. So I've just got a paper towel, very thin paper towel, that I'm gonna lay down in the bottom here. Okay, and the purpose of this is just to keep those guys dry as they fall through. And then I'm gonna use this as a sieve. So we're gonna pour them inside here, and what they'll do is they will try to go for cover. When they try to go for cover, they will end up falling at the bottom there. Maybe I don't need that because it'd be difficult to get them out, so I'm just gonna keep that out, and we will pour them out sort of evenly, and sort of spread them out evenly. Yeah. So, oops, something just went out. You see how that one came out? There's a little bit that stuck at the bottom. That means that there's a little bit of wetness. All right, and I have a plastic fork that I'm gonna use to sort of push this stuff around. I don't want it to go all over the place. I'm gonna keep it like this. So the more I open, the deeper these guys will dig, and as they dig, what will happen is they'll fall through. See, I have a little bit of bone from those two sardines that I had. Look at that, there's a bone there and something there. So in a few minutes, all these maggots will try to bury themselves and they'll go to the bottom. Now as they go to the bottom, they will fall underneath here. I'll try to show you that as they fall through, because the holes are big enough for them to go through. All right, some of them have already got into pupa stage, so they will not go through, which is okay for me. I just want only some of them to go through. And I'm starting to hear the raindrops in there, which means they're falling inside. Let me show you what I mean. You see inside here, you see those white, those things have fallen through because they try to dig to hide, and they end up going through this mesh, these big holes, and they fall through. So the more light or cold they feel, the more of them will move. So it won't take time. All of them will transfer through to the bottom. All I have to make sure is that there's nothing on the side, the wall here, because the wall is big enough, so I don't want them to stay near the wall. I want them to bury inside. So this is the quickest way for me to separate them from this coir and put them in a fresh coir, even though this doesn't smell, but I can't put this in the fridge, right? So I want them to put them in a fresh coir that totally has no smell, but the dampness of this is just perfect. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left. And those guys going to keep moving underneath there. Actually, if I can get the fish to get out of there, not to go through, then I don't mind using the same cord because I will be covering it. Oh, this is deep enough to where some of them are just happy to be just a layer down. So I might do what I did last time. Leave them with a very thin layer. Like this is already, this is not moving. So this is already entered into a dormant pupa stage. Oh no, it's moving. Hallelujah. So okay, put that in there. So it's not yet into pupa stage. He just didn't like the cold. He was very comfortable in there. Go in, go in, go in. Exactly, just like that. That's how you fall in. Would you come out and play with me? Let's see. Very few in there. So I've got quite a thick layer of this thing, I guess, if there so few have gone in. Go away, fly. Let's expose them a little bit to cold and light, and they wake up. Are you gonna wake up? Like the other one, I thought it was in pupa stage. As soon as I brought it to the camera, it's like, no, I'm not. I'm awake. I'm not in pupa stage. Because picking them like this one by one, oh my goodness, it'll take a century. But while I'm standing here, I guess I'll just help some of them by taking them over. It's big enough. It's big enough. Just don't get the rice in there. What is that strand? It's like a string. Okay guys, do your thing. Go through, go through. I still need to dye you without killing you. A nice bright white, you have to go brown, since the fish in the sea don't care for white maggots. This is my third time I tried in the sea and they didn't work. And I know that people use them. I'm sure they would work better in ponds and lakes, where they're used to seeing stuff like this, but not in the sea. So ChatGTP says if you could put a little bit of green, olive green, would be ideal, as it would mimic the sea larvae and all that. And so maybe that's what I would do. But coffee is not likely what I would do first, since it's easy. Go away, flies. Oh, look at them. Wow, so many of them here. It's a cluster. Being claustrophobic, they don't feel claustrophobic. They're all hiding there. Huge cluster. Let's go for dinner. Come on, I'm exposing you guys. Go down. Oh man, that's a nice size one there. That. So easy to pick up and put on a hook. Okay, you guys are exposed. Go in. Looks like those guys don't even want to go through the holes. You're supposed to go through those holes. How come last time it was easy? Or maybe you are too small and you're just falling through and falling for it. Flicker you like a light bulb. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. There's one here. Golly, this is a slow and painful process. If I have to do this, why didn't you all take brown color? Okay, this whole thing here is done. There's nothing in there. That's pretty cool. All right, so inside here now we have soft core separated with those guys inside. Okay, mainly soft core with the big guys. Here I have the thready thingy that I'm gonna put in my garden. Actually, I started a worm bin. I'm just gonna toss it in there, and there you have it. That's what we've done today. So next is I'm gonna put a little bit of coffee inside here to get them to brown. And maybe I'll separate some of them. I'll put a little bit of green to get them to green. All right, take a look at these maggots. They're fantastic. So basically, I tried to fish with them as white maggots, and I had no luck. Maybe the fish don't care for white maggots. It doesn't look like they belong there. So then I looked around and I was told to put coffee paste, but then coffee paste is difficult to put in here and move it around, you know. So then the perfect suggestion was to put turmeric powder. So I put quite a bit of turmeric powder in there, and also garlic paste. The turmeric powder will give them color and send out scent, as well as the garlic powder. So I put granulated garlic. Both of these would put scent that when the maggots are in the seawater, they start attracting other things. As you can see, the maggots are already starting to turn yellow. They're already starting to turn yellow as they move around. So if I cover this and put it in the refrigerator, what will happen is that they will all go and hibernate. They'll go to the bottom. So it's been out of the refrigerator for about 30 minutes since I put the turmeric powder and all that. So that's good because it's creating the activity. So I'll shuffle it, let them go down, and then let them come up again. So that will be the plan, and then we'll take them out for fishing.